I'm making a mushroom gravy. Nothing in this pan but a little bit of butter and mushrooms. So you can see we are achieving color and then pulling some of that moisture. Clearly mushrooms are very porous and they have a lot of moisture in them, and so you have to go for a little bit and be patient in order to get that color. We're moving toward gravy here. So I moved the mushrooms over and added some flour to the pan because I want the floury taste to begin to cook out and potentially maybe get a little color. We are moving toward gravy here, so color would be good, but we'll see how much patience I can exhibit. Just wanted you to see that we've cooked the floury taste out of the flour and actually managed to get some color coming up. I'm going to add the fat now, and I'm using butter today. See how dark we can let that roux get. But the floury taste is definitely cooked up. So in order to call it a true roux, it has to be equal parts flour to fat, whatever fat you choose. I have butter today, so I had about 3 tablespoons or teaspoons of flour. I'm not making a ton of gravy, and I added about the same amount of butter. And so now I'm waiting for things to continue to brown, and then I'm gonna add probably plain old water. I am going to use this seasoned packet for flavor. I used it to make a meatloaf yesterday, and I never got around to the gravy. I was tired, and so I'm finishing that up today. I'm going to use that seasoned packet, just a portion of it, to add flavor to all I have here is flour and butter. As good as that might sound, there's no flavor there. So we'll get some flavor and some liquid in here. I'm just cooking it for color. Continue to cook it for color because, you know, white gravy is not that pretty. So keep watching. So look, I managed to be patient enough to allow some color to get in there. I am going to add just plain old water now and turn this into a gravy. Yeah. So once you add the water, turn the flame up to pretty high, because flour will not thicken until at its fullest until it boils. So you're never going to know exactly what consistency you have. I like to whisk here because I'm hoping for an emulsion. Sometimes you get a broken gravy where you have that greasy thing going on top, and even though you have some decent flavor, you know, it's what you call broken. And so I'm trying for something like an emulsion, which means that everything is incorporated nicely together. In order to achieve that, you have to whisk. And so I've got this turned up to pretty high, and you can see that we have gravy coming here. Depending on the consistency that you want, you're going to keep stirring, and I've always got water on the standby just in case when I get to a boil I get to thickening too quickly or more than I want. So I'm gonna just keep doing this. I think if I had anything to do over at this point, I would add more mushroom, but I'm just gonna keep whisking until I come to a boil. We're coming to a little bit of a simmer. You can see some activity in there, and you can also see that we're getting some additional thickening. So once you get to a boil, you probably don't have to come to a full rapid, but once you see that activity, you keep watching for the level of thickness that you want. And I am spooning this over mashed potatoes and meatloaf, so I'm thinking that I'm getting pretty close. Alright guys, so this gravy, this mushroom gravy, brown mushroom gravy, is completely done. I have a beef and rib meatloaf that I made yesterday. Got a little bit of mirepoix in there, sauteed. I have homemade mashed potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes, and there is the gravy. This plate deserves a side salad, but I'm hungry And I think it's going as is. Thanks for watching.